I want to get in a beef with her. No, I'm kidding. But here's the thing about the call her daddy thing. And
Sure.
God bless her.
Right.
I would say that. I don't know her.
Mm-hmm.
God bless her.
Yeah.
$60 million. They're not going to make that money back.
Absolutely not.
No way.
They won't make $6 million. Let's be honest. Let's
The
just get
merch,
it.
which Barstool still owns,
Yes.
is what drives the whole thing, I think.
Right.
People buy the merch. That's the most profitable thing.
I think the closest I would get to the Call Her Daddy podcast would be a hat that says Call Her Daddy. I'd wear that.
You do that.
Yeah, but I'm not going to. I tried to listen to an episode.
What is it? Because I've never listened, but she's getting 60 million.
I made 4 seconds in.
Really?
And I turned it on. I said, no.
Was it that bad?
Yeah, it's not, but it's not for me though.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to know what's
But
for
is it
you.
interesting? Like, to me, it's like, if it was just like, is it an exploration of like anal? Where you listen to it and you go, how do you take a big one without getting an anal fissure? Like, is it because
then they better fix those titles, man.
Right.
Because I'm not having it. All right.
Yeah, I didn't. I think that the podcast money now is getting silly.
Yeah.
And
This is
silly.
This is Bitcoin
That's right.
from like 5-6 years ago.
It's getting silly.
Yeah.
And I think I think these companies are going to just eventually go, oh, we learned our lesson.
Oh, they're gonna pull back
Yeah.
hard.
They're pulling back. Spotify likes Rogan.
Right.
I don't know if they're in love with it. They
Yeah.
like, it's a solid, like, it's good. People are coming to the platform. I've heard they don't like the Ringer, the Bill Simmons thing. They're not thrilled
Is
with
that like a sports thing?
Yeah, it's a sports thing, and they
Right.
gave him $100 million.
Yeah.
They're just giving people pretend
Are
money.
is the money even real? Or is they Spotifying the money? Is it spotting the money?
It's on loan.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm going to start a podcast and I'm going to come in way too late. I'm
Yeah.
going to get a book of coupons.
Yeah, you're
all I'm gonna get from-
you're gonna get an IOU from Spotify. It's weird. It's too much money.
Yeah.
People are getting it. I don't know.
Yours is already on there. So what is the thing? Do you just be like, do you walk in there with like a black trench coat and a suitcase and you're
Yeah.
like, fill it with money or I take it off Spotify?
No, they're not going to give us anything. What if Spotify what is their communication with us been like? You can be honest, we're not getting any money.
There's been no offer.
But our agent he lies and says he's getting us money.
Yeah, he says a deal might come through.
Our
They're
agent
working on a
make
deal.
stuff up.
Yeah, of course.
And they tell you that there's a big deal coming, and it's just not true.
Yeah, Sirius XM.
Yeah,
you know.
Sirius and all we're getting
Sure.
a deal.
Yeah.
And they'll call you up. They're like, there's a company called Clincher. Like, it's all a fake like thing. Like, it's a digital media content creator. And they're really interested.
It's just a general name with the company.
Yeah.
It's Bill Sirius called. He wants to give you $250 million. It's like,
How
no.
do you feel about $300 million? Now, you'll never see it because it's not real, but just
Right.
tell me how you feel.
Do you like the number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they offered Rogan money and he said no. And then, like, when the pandemic hit, they're like, how about this? And he's like, okay, let's do it.
But does that mean you take your podcast off other platforms?
I don't
What does that
know.
mean?
It did for him, right? Joe, you can't get anywhere but Spotify.
Oh.
Spotify exclusive.
Right.
Call Your Daddy, I also believe.
Exclusive.
Call your daddy.
Call Her Daddy. Wait, what is it?
Call her daddy. But call your daddy is so much funnier.
Call Your Daddy is better. If it was a show where she had to call her father and tell him all the things she did sexually, I would really prefer that show.
I'm going to tell you, now I'm listening. Now I'm in.
Like, she calls him up and she's like, Dad? And he goes, that's the 4th episode. He's like, oh my God. He's like he knows she's calling.
It starts with the ringing, and then it's just him picking up that click in, and it goes, now what?
Yeah, he's so dejected.
Yeah.
And she's just like, well, it's another episode of Call Your Daddy. Hi, Daddy. And he's like, hey. And she goes, all right, so I want to tell you this story when I was in Cancun. And he's like, you just hear ice clinking in his glass. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ. He's like,
Episode 8, you hear the phone go down, and then a gunshot.
he just blows his brains out. Call Your Daddy. But that one's exclusive too. I think when they give you the big money,
Yes.
when they roll out the big uns, you can't Spotify's like, they can't find this show.
Right. Yes.
Other than if they find this podcast anywhere but Spotify, we'll kill them. Like that's the level.
We'll
of
kill your
commitment.
daddy.
Yeah, we'll kill your daddy.